Habare, mimi ni Breland, ninafuaha kukutana na wewe. Africa. Just the word itself ignites the wild, fiery adventurer inside of me. The life this prodigious continent offers the world is nothing short of extraordinary. The people, the culture, the smells, the tastes, and of course the wildlife captivate my inner being to the very core. My African dreams have been to take a piece of this great land back with me. Whether it's a memory or, in my case, a beautiful happening that will live in my heart forever. This is the story of how I got married in Africa. This is an African drum, and it's made of deer. Definitely not vegan. I never told anyone that me and my now husband Slava got married in Africa. We went to Africa in April of 2017 during or right before the Great Migration. Not only am I going to be telling you all of these exciting things, but you guys, please support me in this because it has been a long time since I have had a sponsor. This video has a sponsor! Thank you, thank you. So the name of this organization is called the World Life Experience. Travel the world. Just imagine jet-setting around the world for an entire year and getting paid to do it. This is what the World Life Experience is all about. They give 11 lucky people a chance to immerse themselves into different cultures through local volunteer work. You get paid every single month for traveling the world. All of the hands-on group activities include 1 year of social action activities, responsibilities, experiences, and cultural entertainment, which in turn you will share through your social media outlets. When I traveled the world, the memories and moments I was able to create is now worth more to me than anything. Just imagine how many amazing connections you could make. My global trips can't even compare to what the World Life Experience is offering you. This is truly the best job in the world with a monthly salary of 2,500 euros or $3,000. This does not include all expenses of the trip, which will also be covered by the World Life Experience. So if you think you have what it takes to apply to be one of the 11 envoys to take on this adventure of a lifetime, the deadline is August the 5th. So please don't wait. And the application is also followed by a generous donation fee, which does help to fund this entire project and donate to the organizations who participate all around the world. And no, this is not a scam. This project is funded by completely legit sponsors. I'm actually planning to apply myself, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed and wish all of my fellow applicants the best of luck. If you want to learn more about the application process, you can totally do so on their website, worldlifeexperience.com, and I'll be sure to link that at the top of the description below. So let's go ahead and start with our Africa trip. Picture it, Africa, Tanzania, 2017. Me and Slava were not actually living together at the time. He was still living in Moscow, Russia. I was living in the United States, and we were so sad to be apart. we all wanted to take this huge African trip to Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Africa. Mount Kilimanjaro is the tallest mountain on the African continent and the highest freestanding mountain in the world. Kilimanjaro has 3 volcanic cones. It could erupt at any moment. About 25,000 people attempt to summit Mount Kilimanjaro annually. Approximately 2/3 are successful. Altitude-related problems is the most common reason climbers turn back. This is a place that I have always wanted to visit. Seeing it in movies and television like Discovery Channel, it doesn't do it justice. We actually landed in Mount Kilimanjaro Airport, I believe it was. We were so hot. Let me just tell you, Africa barely has any air conditioning. So we get off the plane and we smell the African air. We are so excited to finally be off the plane after 20 hours for us. Once we got there to the airport, we actually had to purchase a visa. We got into Tanzania March the 29th, 2017. I could have sworn it was at the end of April. So this here is my Tanzanian visa. They took that picture of me whenever I got there, and I wasn't feeling too hot. So now I want to kind of fast forward a little bit to whenever we got into Ngorongoro crater. We met up with a safari team and they told us that they could take us all throughout the Serengeti National Park and they could show us like the big 5. So after exploring the crater, our guides knew that me and Slava were recently engaged and we were wanting to get married. So they actually suggested a wedding ceremony. Like, how many people could say that they went to Tanzania, Africa, and they were married by the Maasai tribe? This was an experience of a lifetime. These are the kind of moments and memories and experiences, maybe not a wedding, but you know, seeing animals and exploring a country and really delving into that culture. You could totally do that. All you have to do is like apply for the World Life Experience and you may be one of those lucky 11. We get there and oh my goodness, it's the most beautiful scenery there. There's these rolling hills and mountains, and then down in the valley in between the mountains, and then there's these plains, very similar to the Ngorongoro crater. But in the plains is where the Maasai tribes are, and their villages are so beautiful, and they make these cool huts. We even got to go inside of their houses. So we pull up to the Maasai tribe and their village, and of course they're there waiting for us in their beautiful tribal clothing. And if you see this necklace right here, these are made from paper. Do you see the little lines in the bottom? Women in these African villages create these beautiful beaded necklaces using paper. They take magazine clippings or poster boards, they staple the pieces of paper together and then cut them into shreds. Afterwards, they start it by rolling up a piece of paper with a bit of glue, and they continue adding the glue as they tightly wind these beautiful paper beads together. After stringing the beads with a clear twine and creating the entire necklace, they like to dip it into cellophane, which gives it that beautiful, glitterful shine. These ladies are DIY queens, and I actually bought a lot of these necklaces when I was in in Africa. I'll pop a link in the description if you want to learn more about their cause and donate. So once we were done with the tour of the village, we also got to go and see a school. They had their school up on a little hill. It was off to the side, I would say behind the village itself. And the village is fenced in. All the little school children were sitting in there, and they had like a chalkboard. It looked just like any school. So here's some footage from that day, and it shows us singing and dancing. And I'm also gonna show you the necklace that they gave me. I actually have one right behind me. I was with the women on one side, and then they took Slava over to the men's side, and they had him do these awesome jumping dances. And the jumping, it's supposed to like signify how much of a man you are. Like the higher you can jump, the better. So I had been having issues getting together the footage from that day that we got married by the Maasai. And I remember our guides, they actually filmed a lot of it, but there are some parts that weren't filmed. So the only footage that I have is the footage that I'm showing you right here. And I really am not sure if I captured the wedding ceremony because it was so crazy and all over the place. All I know is that we were apart, but then we also came together at one point. So not only did we have an incredible resort that we were staying at, but the next day we went on a dream balloon ride over the Serengeti, followed by breakfast in the middle of the Serengeti National Park. Our morning started when the stars were still out. We were transported to the hot air balloon launch site where we were given a quick briefing on safety and how to enter the balloon and fasten our seatbelts. And the way you enter is when the balloon's basket is on its side, one person at a time slides in and buckles the harness. We were laying down to start and we could feel the flames on our face, but it felt so warm because it was a bit cold out. And as the balloon starts to lift off, we were then turned right side up. And we were also sitting on a bench at the same time and ready to view the gorgeous African Serengeti. It was pure magic. We saw animals running through the wild and felt the African breeze on our faces. And after we had a delicious breakfast with other world travelers taking the tour that day, it was a memory I will never forget. After our romantic wedding, it was time for me and Slava to unfortunately leave each other. It was so sad that we had to part ways whenever we reached Amsterdam. He had to go back to Moscow. I had to come back here to the United States, and it was really, really hard. The entire adventure that we had just gone on just made us even more close. And we had this incredible ceremony that I will cherish for a lifetime.
I love you. I miss you so much. I miss You know how it always hits me when I get home. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's why I'm crying. And I miss you. I'm okay. I'm gonna be fine.
Luckily, me and Slava are now living together here in the United States, and we did have a traditional wedding here in Louisiana.
By the power vested in me by the state of Louisiana, Parish Rapides, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Congratulations.
Now all is in our hands. All is in our hands.
I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to broaden your horizons and to want to go out there and live life, because you only get one life and you never know when your life could end, so you just need to live it to the fullest. And I hope that my story inspires you to go out there and travel and see the world, whether it's the world, your state, your Providence, wherever you live. Like, just go out there and experience culture and people. And that's something that the World Life Experience can give you as well. Take a chance on life, and I promise it will pay off. I wanted to let you know that I'm also applying for it to be one of the 11 people. Thank you so much to the World Life Experience for sponsoring this video and this memory, as I like to call it, this memory movie. I'll see you in the next video, in the next movie per se. Thank you for watching, and have a glitterful day.